Hello, everyone. Today we will explore what happens when the doctor quietly says Tu Na's pregnancy is showing signs of weakness. And at that exact moment, Alex's mother stops being polite and calls Alex in front of her. If you find this interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss upcoming videos. The doctor didn't waste time. Tu Na had barely sat down before the nurse wrapped the cuff around her arm. The number showed up, and the nurse's eyes flicked to Tu Na's face. Not rude, not dramatic, just the quiet look people give when they're already worried. "Let's check again," the nurse said, and tightened the cuff a second time. Tu Na tried to breathe normally, but her chest felt tight. Her palms were cold. She kept thinking about how she looked in the mirror this morning. Lips pale, eyes a little sunken, and how she told herself it was just fatigue. Outside the examination room, Alex's mother sat on a plastic chair with her purse in her lap. She wasn't scrolling. She wasn't chatting. She was staring at the floor like she could control the outcome by watching it closely enough. Her fingers tapped her knee. Slow at first, then faster. The doctor stepped out, glanced at the numbers, then looked directly at Tu Na. "Come in," she said, already moving. "We'll do the ultrasound now." That sentence alone made Tu Na's stomach drop. People didn't rush you into an ultrasound if everything was fine. Tu Na turned back toward the waiting area for 1 second. Alex's mother met her eyes, then stood immediately, but the nurse held up a hand. "Only the patient," the nurse said gently. "Please wait outside." Alex's mother hesitated, the way someone hesitates when they hate being told no. But she sat back down. Her jaw tightened. Her tapping started again. Tu Na followed the doctor into the ultrasound room. It was small and plain. White walls, a curtain that didn't fully close, a bed with a thin paper sheet. No comfort, just function. "Lie down," the doctor said. Tu Na did. The paper crinkled under her. She stared at the ceiling and tried to focus on something simple. One breath, then another. The machine turned on. A soft, steady sound filled the room. Not loud, just constant. The kind of sound that makes you listen too hard because you think you're supposed to understand it. The doctor didn't speak for a moment. She moved the probe slowly, eyes fixed on the screen. Her face was calm, but not casual. Tu Na swallowed. "Is it okay?" The doctor didn't answer right away. She adjusted the angle again. Then she sighed very lightly and looked down at Tu Na. "Tu Na," she said, voice slow and clear, "you're very exhausted." Tu Na's throat tightened. She nodded once, as if agreeing could make it smaller. "I've been tired." The doctor continued, still careful, still steady. "The pregnancy is showing signs of being weak. Not something to panic about right now, but it's a warning. You need absolute rest, and you must avoid stress." The words landed like weight. Weak. Warning. Absolute rest. Avoid stress. Tu Na's eyes stung. She pressed her lips together, fighting the urge to cry. Crying felt like another kind of stress. She stared at the edge of the bed because if she looked at the screen, she was scared she'd see something she couldn't handle. The doctor wiped away the gel and set the probe down. She pulled the curtain a little more closed, not for privacy from the room, but for privacy from the world. Then she asked the question Tu Na knew was coming. "Where's your husband?" Tu Na didn't answer fast enough. It wasn't because she didn't know. It was because the truth sounded ugly when you said it out loud. She forced her voice to stay small. "He's working." The doctor's face didn't change. No judgment. No sharp tone. just a tired understanding that made Tu Na feel worse than if she'd been scolded. Tu Na, the doctor said, you cannot do this alone. Tu Na blinked hard. Her heart felt like it was sliding downward, like something inside her was trying to hide. I'm not alone, she whispered, almost automatically. I have family. The doctor nodded. Then use them. Starting today, no more pushing your body, no more carrying heavy things, no more running on fear. Fear. That word was too accurate. Tu Na's hands started to tremble. She folded them over her belly, as if she could hold everything in place. She wanted to say, I didn't choose fear. Fear came looking for me, but she didn't. She just lay there, swallowing the bitterness. Outside, Alex's mother was still sitting in the waiting area. She saw the doctor step out first. She stood immediately. Doctor? The doctor lowered her voice, but not low enough. There are signs the pregnancy is weak, the doctor said. She needs rest and no stress. Alex's mother's face changed in 1 second. The control dropped. The worry showed. And behind the worry was something sharper, anger that this had been allowed to happen. She didn't ask if Tu Na was exaggerating. She didn't ask if the doctor was sure. She asked the question that had already been burning in her mouth since she walked into that wooden house. Is it because she's been alone? The doctor didn't answer directly. She only said, she needs support. And that was enough. Alex's mother's fingers curled around her phone so tightly her knuckles whitened. She stared toward the curtain where Tu Na was still inside, then looked away. She didn't want Tu Na to see her expression, because it wasn't just fear anymore. It was a decision forming. Inside the room, Tu Na was sitting up slowly, pulling her shirt down over her belly. Her eyes were red, but she hadn't cried loudly. She'd swallowed it all. The nurse handed her a small paper with instructions. Rest, avoid stress, come back, monitor closely. Tu Na nodded like she understood, but what she really heard was, you don't have room for mistakes. She stepped out of the curtain area and met Alex's mother's gaze. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Tu Na expected blame, or pity, or a lecture. Instead, Alex's mother's voice came out low, controlled, and colder than before. Your husband needs to know, she said. Tu Na's chest tightened. He's busy, Alex's mother cut her off, not loudly, but firmly. Enough, she said. This is not something he can be busy for. Tu Na looked down at her hands. She felt small again. The old feeling. The one she hated. The one that always came when people started making decisions around her. She opened her mouth to say, please don't call him like that. Please don't make it worse. But Alex's mother had already turned away. Her phone was in her hand. Her thumb was moving. Tu Na saw the name on the screen before the call connected. Alex. And Tu Na understood with a sudden sinking clarity. This wasn't just a doctor's warning anymore. This was the moment the storm stopped being a possibility. It had arrived. Alex answered on the second ring, but Tu Na could hear the background before she could hear his voice. A room full of people, chairs shifting, a low hum of conversation that didn't sound like home. Mom? Alex said, and he tried to sound normal, like he wasn't in the middle of something. Alex's mother didn't soften her words for the setting. She didn't lower her voice to protect him. She spoke the way she spoke when she thought being polite had already cost too much. Your wife is pale, she said. Her hands are shaking. The house looks like it just survived a storm. Where are you? Tu Na flinched. She reached out as if she could take the phone away without touching it. Me? Don't, Tu Na said quickly, voice tight. I'm fine. Alex's mother didn't even glance at her. You don't need to speak, she said. He needs to hear this. On the other end, Alex went quiet for a beat. Tuna could picture him standing up slightly, turning away from the table, trying to catch the words without letting his partners catch his life. I'm with clients, Alex said. I'm stuck. I'm stuck? His mother repeated. The word came out sharp. So you want to sign contracts or sign off on your wife collapsing? Tuna's throat burned. She looked down at her belly and pressed her palm there like a warning, like an apology. Alex's breathing changed, the kind of inhale people take when they realize they've pushed something too far. Mom, he said low, please. Don't please me, his mother replied. Come and look at your wife. That's what you do, not later. Now. Tuna tried again, softer this time. Me? It's okay, I don't want him to lose his work. Alex's mother finally turned her head toward Tuna, but her eyes weren't angry. They were worse. They were unsettled. This is not about losing work, she said. This is about losing control of your life. On the phone, Alex's voice dropped even lower. Give me a minute, he said. I'll step out. And then there was a brief, muffled sound, like Alex covering the microphone with his hand. In that small pause, Tuna could hear the doctor's words again in her head. You cannot do this alone. She hated how true it sounded, because she had done everything alone before. She had survived being abandoned before. She had raised Henry through nights where no one came. She had promised herself she would never need anyone again, but now she did, and needing someone felt like standing on a cliff. Alex came back on the line, quieter now, like he had stepped into a hallway. Tell me exactly, he said, breath short. What did the doctor say? Alex's mother didn't waste time. The pregnancy is weak, she said. She needs rest, no stress. The words made Alex go silent. Not long, just long enough for Tuna to feel the fear rise again. Tuna, Alex said finally, and his voice had changed. It wasn't CEO voice, it was husband voice. Why didn't you tell me you were that tired? Tuna stared at the floor. You were busy. Don't say it like that, Alex murmured. Like it's normal. His mother cut in again. It is normal for him, she said. That's why I'm calling. Tuna looked up sharply. Me? Alex's mother lifted her hand, the same firm gesture as before. Enough. Alex, she said into the phone, you are coming home tonight? Alex hesitated. I can't just... Yes, you can, she replied. You will. And if you don't, I will take Tuna to the city myself. Tuna's chest tightened. The city? Alex's mother turned to Tuna now. Yes, she said, voice controlled. You need proper care. You need stability. You need a bed, food, help. Not this. She didn't say wooden house like an insult. She said it like a fact. Tuna's mouth went dry. She pictured Henry. She pictured the farm. The small routines she had built to make him feel safe. And she pictured taking him away again, like ripping the ground out from under him twice in one lifetime. Alex heard the shift in the conversation even without seeing it. Mom, he said, don't push her. I'm not pushing, his mother said. I'm preventing. Tuna swallowed. If I go to the city, what about Henry? That question made the air go tight. Alex's mother didn't answer fast, and that alone scared Tuna. We'll discuss, Alex's mother said finally. One problem at a time. But Tuna knew. Henry was never one problem. Henry was the center of everything. Alex's voice came through sharper now. Henry stays with Tuna, he said. End of discussion. His mother didn't argue on the phone. She didn't need to. She simply said, "Come home now." Then she ended the call. No goodbye, no softness, just the clean click of a decision. Tu Na stood there, frozen, like the call had pulled something out of the air and made it real. Ba Tang was sitting at the edge of the waiting area, quiet, eyes narrowed. She hadn't interrupted. She had watched everything. When Alex's mother lowered the phone, Ba Tang finally spoke. "You hear yourself?" Ba Tang asked calmly. "You're not talking to a child. You're talking to a pregnant woman." Alex's mother's jaw tightened. "And I'm the only one acting like she's pregnant." Tu Na felt the sting, not because it was cruel, because it had a piece of truth inside it. "I'm trying," Tu Na whispered. Alex's mother looked at her and softened for half a second, just enough to show she wasn't trying to hurt her. She was trying to take over. "Then let me help you properly," she said. "We go to the city, today or tomorrow." Tu Na shook her head once, small. "I need to think." Alex's mother's expression hardened again. "You don't have time to think," she said. "Your body is already speaking." Tu Na's eyes filled, and she hated that she couldn't stop it. She wiped them quickly, embarrassed by her own weakness. Ba Tang reached out and touched her wrist, light but steady. A reminder, you are still here. You still have a voice. They walked out of the clinic slowly. The sun outside felt too bright, too normal for what had just been said inside. In the car, Tu Na sat quietly. Alex's mother drove. Her grip on the steering wheel was tight, like she was holding the road in place. "Alex will come," she said after a long silence. Tu Na didn't answer, because part of her believed he would, and part of her didn't. The farm came into view, the bamboo fence, the wooden house, the dirt yard that should have felt familiar. But the moment they stepped through the gate, Tu Na saw something that made her stomach drop. A black car was parked near the side, too clean, too city. Tu Na stopped walking. Alex's mother stopped too, eyes narrowing. And from the shadow near the car, someone shifted, as if they had been waiting. Tu Na's hand instinctively went to her belly. Ba Tang's posture tightened. Alex's mother took one step forward and said, cold and clear, "Who are you?" Tu Na's heart hammered, and in that moment she understood one more thing. The storm wasn't only inside the phone call, it had already reached the farm. Tu Na goes to a clinic with Alex's mother after showing clear signs of exhaustion. The nurse checks her blood pressure, and the doctor immediately brings her in for an ultrasound. The doctor calmly warns that Tu Na is severely fatigued, and the pregnancy is showing signs of weakness, requiring absolute rest and no stress. When asked where her husband is, Tu Na admits Alex is working, and the doctor gently insists she cannot face this alone. Outside, Alex's mother overhears weak pregnancy, and her fear turns into decisive control. She calls Alex in the middle of his meeting and confronts him bluntly, forcing him to step out and listen. Alex is shaken, promises to come home, and insists Henry stays with Tu Na. Returning to the farm, they find an unfamiliar black car waiting at the gate. Proof the storm has already arrived.